There is a world where lights never stop shining, where every smile seems perfect, every moment feels larger than life, and every story looks like a dream. That world is Hollywood. For over a century, Hollywood has been the heart of the entertainment industry, shaping the way people around the globe think, dress, dream, and even define success. But behind the glamour, behind the red carpets, the Oscar speeches, and the flashing cameras, lies a darker truth that is often hidden from the public eye. This is the story of the secrets that Hollywood doesn't want you to know. From the outside, Hollywood looks like a paradise. The palm trees, the star-studded Walk of Fame, the multi-million-dollar mansions perched high above Los Angeles, all of it tells the story of wealth, beauty, and success. But behind those gates, actors and actresses face a world that is far from the perfection they sell on screen. For many, the journey begins with hope, but the price of fame often becomes more than they bargained for. Every year, thousands of aspiring actors move to Los Angeles with nothing but a dream, hoping to get their big break. They believe in the fairy tale that hard work and talent are enough to make it to the top. But Hollywood is not just about talent. It is about connections, politics, money, and sometimes, compromise. The Dream Factory is built on an illusion. Studios and media outlets carefully craft the image of stars, hiding their flaws, struggles, and even crimes. A young actor might look like he has it all together, but behind closed doors, he might be battling addiction, loneliness, or depression. An actress might appear glamorous on the red carpet, but she might have been forced into uncomfortable situations just to secure a role. Hollywood sells dreams, but often at the expense of the very people who create them. The pressure to stay relevant, beautiful, and successful in Hollywood is relentless. Actors are told to maintain a certain look, to stay young, slim, and flawless, no matter the cost. Plastic surgery, extreme diets, and dangerous lifestyle choices become part of the package. Studios invest millions in films, and they expect their stars to look perfect. For some, this pressure leads to devastating consequences. Eating disorders, mental health breakdowns, and substance abuse are far more common in Hollywood than most people realize. But perhaps the darkest secrets of Hollywood are not just about the struggles of the stars, it's about the system itself. For decades, powerful producers, directors, and executives have used their positions to manipulate and exploit those trying to break into the industry. Many scandals have emerged over the years, but only a fraction ever come to light. Stories of casting couches, where young hopefuls are pressured into compromising situations in exchange for roles, have been whispered about for generations. The #MeToo movement pulled back the curtain, exposing some of the industry's most powerful figures and the decades of silence that allowed abuse to continue. Yet, even after public scandals, many believe the culture of secrecy still thrives behind closed doors. Another dark truth of Hollywood is the way it consumes its stars. Fame can be a blessing, but it can also be a curse. Once an actor becomes famous, every move is scrutinized, every word is dissected, and privacy becomes non-existent. Paparazzi follow celebrities relentlessly, capturing their lowest moments and selling them to tabloids. A simple mistake, a bad day, or even a rumor can destroy a career overnight. Social media has amplified this, making stars more accessible but also more vulnerable. The pressure to maintain a perfect image in a world that thrives on controversy can be overwhelming. For some, it becomes unbearable, leading to breakdowns, public scandals, or even tragedy. Hollywood also has a history of covering up the truth. From mysterious deaths to suspicious accidents, countless stories have left the public with more questions than answers. The death of Marilyn Monroe remains one of the most talked about mysteries in Hollywood history. Was it truly an overdose, or something more sinister? Natalie Wood's drowning raised questions that still haunt the industry. And these are only the famous cases. Countless others have faded into silence, with the truth buried beneath contracts, lawyers, and power. Child stars represent another painful side of Hollywood's story. Many children grow up in front of cameras, adored by fans worldwide, only to struggle with identity, trauma, and mental health as they transition into adulthood. The entertainment industry often exploits them, pushing them into grueling schedules, denying them a normal childhood, and in some cases, exposing them to abusive environments. The bright lights that once made them famous often cast long shadows over their futures. For every success story, there are dozens of tragedies, children who couldn't survive the pressures of the Hollywood machine. Money also drives much of Hollywood's darkness. Box office numbers, streaming rights, and advertising dollars dictate what films are made and who gets cast. Sometimes, the best talent never gets a chance simply because they don't fit the commercial formula. Independent films, daring scripts, and diverse stories often struggle against the weight of the system. And when money is on the line, studios will go to extreme lengths to protect their investments, sometimes silencing those who dare to speak out against them. Fame itself is addictive. For many celebrities, the fear of losing relevance is worse than never being famous at all. They become trapped in a cycle of chasing roles, endorsements, and attention. Some turn to publicity stunts, scandals, or even self-destructive behavior just to stay in the headlines. Others retreat from the spotlight entirely, unable to cope with the constant demands of fame. It's a cycle that has repeated itself countless times throughout Hollywood's history, from the silent film era to the streaming age. Yet, despite all these dark truths, Hollywood continues to shine. The allure of fame is too powerful to resist, and the stories it produces continue to capture the imagination of audiences everywhere. Movies and shows offer an escape from reality, a chance to dream, to feel, to be inspired. But the price of those dreams is often hidden, paid by the very people who bring them to life. The truth about Hollywood is that it is both magical and monstrous. It creates legends while destroying lives. It inspires millions while leaving behind broken dreams. And perhaps that is why it remains so fascinating, because it reflects both the best and worst of human ambition. Behind every smile on the red carpet, there is a story untold. Behind every award, there is a sacrifice. And behind every dream, there is a shadow. Hollywood will always remain the land of dreams, but it is also a place where dreams can turn into nightmares. The flashing lights may blind us, but if you look closely, you'll see the cracks in the illusion. The next time you watch a movie, cheer for a star, or get lost in the magic of cinema, remember that behind the curtain lies a world far more complex, far more human, and far darker than the silver screen will ever reveal, because in the end, Hollywood is not just about fame and fortune. It is about power. And power, as history has shown us, always comes with a price.